Hey, welcome to the show, Leadership is Changing. What we as leaders know to be true is that change is constant. Leaders everywhere confront similar obstacles because people are people, but everywhere you go, leaders are overwhelmed, disrupted, and under pressure. They run from email to email, meeting to meeting. Many leaders are not changing quick enough, which means they run the risk of becoming irrelevant and being left behind. The purpose of the show is taking our listeners' leadership to another level by finding their balance between executive excellence and personal well-being through stories that inspire real change. I believe we don't have enough effective leaders in the world today, and if we can get the leaders to step up and lead change, they can inspire real change. It is now time to adapt in our fast-moving world. Hey listeners, welcome to the Ask Denis episode. This is a freestyle episode that happens once a week. Of course, I interview guests twice a week, and then once a week I do a freestyle episode like this. I'm asked questions by our listeners, or I share my thoughts and insights and experiences from working with many leaders across the globe. Hey team, I just want to welcome you, but also say to you, hey, check out the Facebook group that we've launched. It's called Leadership is Changing, so check that out. More than welcome to see you come on board into that group, and where we share experiences and insights there as well, and thoughts about certain things. Don't miss out. That's a great group there and good people to network with as well. Hey, if you're looking for help, in other words, you're looking for a coach to help you with your goals around change, around where you want to go next in your career and transition and so forth, hey, feel free to reach out to me and let's have a chat. Let's talk about how I can help you move you from where you are to where you want to go. Wow, it is September already. So let's talk about the last third of the year. 1/3 of the year to go. And for some people in the world, it has now become spring. For others, it is autumn or fall, as some countries talk about it. And so the seasons are changing as we go through into the last third of the year for 2020. Now, how might you bring your year home strong? What are you going to do to put things in place to finish off really well? Yes, it's been a very challenging year for people so far. We've had a pandemic hit us globally. We've had other things around the world where people have been out protesting and doing things. People have personally found their lives changing, losing of jobs, businesses going under, economic side of things becoming strained. And for a lot of people, it's a lot of change, but it's a lot of the unknown, the unfamiliar territory for a lot of them. So I'm going to walk through with you just a few different things for you to start thinking about your last third of the year. September, October, November, and December. What can you do to bring this part, these last 4 months of the year, home strong, and then set up 2021 for success? Now, for a lot of us, we don't know where this pandemic's going to go and how it's going to last and where it's going to be and what it's going to look like in the next 4 months, let alone 2021. But I know one thing, and that is we're still going to move forward in our lives. Things are still going to happen. Things are still going to move forward whether we do or not. It's still going to go forward. And so what I'm going to encourage you to do is look at these things as I take you through them today, and then just take time maybe to write some notes, but also take time out to think about it and start putting some things into place. So let's get into it. Alrighty, first thing is for you to start doing a review on the first 2/3 of the year, right from January through to the end of August. So how things gone for you? Now, as I said before, most of you have been hit by COVID-19. All of us have been hit by that. And what did it mean for you? When you went through that COVID side, and for a lot of people, they're still going through it. For others, they are in lockdown still. And for some of us, we were in sort of a different version of lockdown to what it was, and then came out of it, and then now I've gone back into it, and now starting to come back out of it again. But what did it mean for you? What did it cause you to do? For some people, it really froze them. They were paralyzed. They were like the deers in the headlight of a car. They just froze. They didn't know what to do. They were stuck. And for some people, they still are. For others, it was a massive increase in their business. Others, there was a decrease in their business. Now, what I mean by decrease, because they may have been in hospitality, travel industries, their organization had certain services or products that people weren't able to go and visit or buy. So it affected a lot of people. In another way, we're seeing organizations that are downsizing, which means people are leaving roles, or they are, having to look at ways that and doing some restructures, the way the business does things. People may be doing different roles. It has changed for people. So for everybody, it has meant different things. For some people, they have seen their business boom over this period of time. Now, whether that be because they have pivoted, adapted, and gone and done something different, or the product and service that they already had, their business they already had, consulting, whatever it was real prime for them to start picking things up during this period of time where it was quite hard in relation to COVID-19 or pandemics or other things happening in the world as well. And so for some, they're already seeing things to grow. And for a lot of people, what happens is this. When we go through hard times like this is when people start to become more innovative. This is where people will actually step out with courage and they go ahead and they do things and they try things. And this is where the new business ideas get launched or thought of, are born. As I said before, the innovation side of things, this is where people start to look at things and do things differently or in a way that may be a lot more better. And so what we've found is that it's been really interesting to see that whole transition. Now, for people that I've been working with, during that period of time, especially in like the end of March into April, people, that was really hitting a lot of people hard. And in this part of the world it was. And so what we did is I actually got people to get a little bit more focused. I got them really focused. I had people turn around and say to me, I don't know what to do. I had others say to me, I'm just going to wait and let it blow over. And then I had others say to me, I'm obsessed by it. This news, what's going on? And I just can't get off the couch. I can't stop watching the news. And I just don't know what to do. So the one thing I did say to them was, hey, let's get you focused. Hey, let's get the TV turned off. Don't get me wrong. It's important to understand what's going on in the world and find out the news quickly, but you don't have to be there all day, day in, day out, every minute watching the news, because it's just going to repeat and repeat the same thing. So I got people focused and I worked through a whole lot of things with them. One area was around them to keep their minds and their bodies in a way that was actually quite good for them. I got them out exercising. So what do I mean by that? So does that mean in the gym every day? Well, what did it mean? Well, for everybody, it was different, right? And for some people, they got on their bike and they rode for an hour. Others, they're out walking for 45 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it meant for them. Others, it was for them, if they were fortunate enough to have a swimming pool in the back of their house, they were swimming every day. Others were doing all sorts of different activities, but they did something at least once a day. And by doing that activity, that helped their blood flow, they helped their minds, they helped everything. The other thing I got them to do was to sleep more. If they were doing 7 to 8 hours sleep, that was good, because most people don't sleep well when they're under pressure and under things happening. So try and get them to sleep more. And then the last one was around water, getting them to drink more fluid that would help with the brain, with their thinking, and also in relation to the fight-flight mode. Now, each day I had them be disciplined, because you see, they would be busy. Now, were they doing things that would help them do where they needed to take their career, their business, whatever it was, right? So a lot of this is out of our control. So I got them to focus on the two things that they could control. One was their attitude, in other words, the way they're reacting to things. And number two, where they were going next. Because you see, for a lot of people, they had this fear thing. Most people were or are scared of the unknown. They are self-doubting themselves. They don't know where to go, what to do. They're worried about money coming in, how they're going to pay their mortgages and things like that. And it's happening to everyone, and it's real. It is hard for them. And so they have this fear piece. Now, I got them to be really clear on where they wanted to go. So that was the second part of the things they could control, where they wanted to go. And if they can get really clear on where they want to go, then the next piece I got them to do was to start pulling together an action plan, helping them go from where they are now to where they want to go based on their thinking about where they want to go and pulling the action plan together. And the next step that I got them to do, which probably helps bring all of it together, was massive action. The doing is key. Massive action. Because if you do some action, what's going to happen there is that those other issues, those other areas that are sort of holding you back, or the fear and all that, start to go away because you're taking some action. And action is really, really important. Now, when you're taking action, for a lot of you, you want it to be perfect before you take any action. Will it ever be perfect? No. Will it always be easy? No. But is it going to be worthwhile? Oh, yeah. It'll be worthwhile. And so if you get in there and you are doing certain things, that's what's really, really going to help you move forward. And I know for a lot of you, you are struggling right now, but even if you listen to podcasts like this is actually going to help you with your thinking. And one of the podcasts we launched this week was by Paul Martinelli, Stand Up to Your Inner Judge, and what's going on for you in between your ears, in your mindset, and standing up to that inner judge, standing up to other things that is happening in your life. Take control, team. Stand up to things. Now, that's really easy for me to say all of this, but it's not always easy to do. And you will, for some of you, have to dig really deep to be able to get this. Now, if there's something I can do to help you do that, feel free to reach out to me. Because I've had people reach out to me. I've had people who are my clients that I work with, some of them going off to do some massive things, really, really big things. And now it's resulting in more business, resulting in other roles for them, and other levels that they're going to. It's fantastic to see. So team, I want to do a recap here. And this is about how you can bring your last third of 2020, the last third of this year, home strong. What can you do? One is review the first 2/3 of the year. What did you do well? What did you learn from that? Number 2, look after yourself. Exercise at least 30 minutes a day, even if it means going out for a brisk walk. 2, get 7 to 8 hours sleep. 3, drink heaps of water. Number 3, be disciplined daily in doing some of the action side of things. Number 4, focus on what you control, your attitude and where you are going. Number 5, get very clear on where you are going. Number 6, pull together an action plan to take you from where you are to where you want to go to. And number 7, take massive action. Massive. And then let's see where things go for you. Will it happen within the first day? No. But you have to take the first step. And if you do take the first step and then another step and another step, you'll have curveball thrown at you. You just keep going. Believe in yourself. And if you can believe in yourself and you can believe in where you're going and you can believe in those dreams, those goals, those things that where you want to be, that's what's going to really help you. Surround yourself with the things that are going to help you. If it's music, that's going to help motivate you. If it's quotes, if it's an audiobook, a podcast, talking to people, talking to the right people who are going to light your fire with fuel that's going to help you take off, then get yourself around those people. You're looking for people who are going to multiply you, who are going to help you go forward, who are going to help you really launch well. That's what you want. You want to have the right people around you. Team, make this last third of the year really good. Bring it home and start setting up 2021 for success. Because you see, what you do today is really going to help over the next 4 months to help you set up 2021 and going forward. But it starts now. Hey, thank you for joining me on today's session of Ask Denis. Once again, team, join the Facebook group. Leadership is Changing. Check that out. Happy to see you there. The second thing I would say is this podcast. Thank you to everybody who are supporting it. Thank you to everyone who's listening. It's been getting some great rankings, and I've had some beautiful guests on board, and I'm sure that you're getting a lot of value out of it as well. I'm loving it. I'm really enjoy doing it. So, team, what we need you to do is actually download it, listen to them, the episodes, put reviews, ratings, but also share it with your network. I really, really appreciate you doing that. Okay, team. Hey, thanks for joining me on this Ask Denis episode. What we as leaders know to be true is that change is constant. Change is incredibly scary, especially with the unknown and the unfamiliar territory. It is time to adapt in our fast-moving world when leadership is changing. As I said before, look out for the episodes as they're being released. Download them, have a listen, put a review and a rating. If there's any feedback you'd like to give me on the show, or a question you'd like me to ask my guest, or a question you want to ask me on the Ask Denis episode once a week, then feel free to send me an email, dennis@leadingchangepartners.com. Alrighty, team. Great to see you. We'll look forward to talking to you very soon. Have an awesome week ahead. Bye.